Well, see, I did that to give you the better mic, honestly.
Oh no, I got you. That's better.
All right. Yeah, give me a sound check for you.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about his mic.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I need yours to sound good. And I have not been hot enough. That's now. There's. Now,
Have you
okay.
ever been hot enough? Are you ever hot enough?
Yeah, I'm hot enough. I am currently hot enough. All right, and you're fine. Where I've got you now.
Wink.
Two guys, one podcast. I'm one guy. I almost never chortle. I don't think I'm going to have a future as a North Korean athlete. Two guys, one podcast.
And I'm the other. My friendship bracelet that I made you in 98 is not an art form.
Two guys, one podcast. Got a real hole in my knowledge.
Really? I know lots of homeless people.
Two guys, one podcast. And this is the podcast.
So I used too much Germex and watched.
He doesn't really smoke. Except he does not smoke except when he's on vacation, right?
Except for whenever he's on what?
Vacation.
Oh, okay.
Vacation.
You just said it real weird the first time.
Vacation.
No, you said vacation, but it was...
Vacation.
Whatever.
Did I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable?
No, just oddly.
Okay. I think, truthfully, I think if you're going to talk less, that's the mic to be. That's the seat to be in. Well, then there you go.
So I have to talk more.
Well, no,
preferably
but
not.
I think it's more likely that you're going to talk more. Okay, so yeah, lean in and let me see what you sound like and where you are.
It's like this. I'm up here rapping all cool. I'm like an old school rocker, and I'm rapping away. Yeah, I'm all in your face, and it don't stop because it just sounds cool to say it and play it. And I go on and live my life and hide away from you and me.
Are those real lyrics? Is that like a Beastie Boys song? Are you just freestyling now? Is that literally? Is that the emergence? Is that the emergence of a new white rapper? Is that like the birth of a? Did you find your bliss?
That was the original.
Those are actually lyrics from like a Christian rap band from like my early teenage years.
I was gonna say that's the original lyrics to Fresh Prince.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, they were.
All right, you now, sir.
I'm in. Yes, no. I don't have any fresh flow to give.
Oh, it's you almost did there. You almost rhymed.
I wasn't
All right,
intending
Powder.
to do so. Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It's a little rough.
All
Around
right.
your house, it's always a white Christmas.
All right, you guys ready? All right.
That's terrible.
That's awesome. Okay, you guys ready?
I was born ready.
All right. Welcome to Two Guys, One Podcast. I'm one guy.
And I'm the other.
And this is the podcast. And you're excited because it's the holidays.
Holidays.
And that means our holiday friend
Celebrate.
Our holiday friend is in the studio. Yay!
Thanks for having me.
I really enjoy that this literally is the first time we've seen him since the last holiday. Like, it's not a joke. It really is. We see him on holidays.
No, let's be honest. There were a few holidays in between here and there. There were some minor ones. I mean, Labor Day.
Yeah, but we didn't see him.
Did you miss
President's
President's Day?
no,
President's
it's
Day
in
is in
February,
February.
that's right.
Yeah,
It's
but you
not
missed
really a
Labor
traveling
Day.
holiday.
And what else? Yeah, Labor Day is Halloween, of course. Labor Day is not really a celebrated holiday as far as like you don't get the family together for Labor Day. I don't guess, do you? No.
That's too much work.
You go and get in a horrible auto crash on the interstate on that day.
On Labor Day? I guess people do travel a lot. They're like the summer is fleeting. We must grab our youth while it is still in season. I don't get that, man. Like I mean, well, although where we live, or where some of us live, it just now got, like, literally yesterday, the cold showed
It got
up.
cold,
It was like,
yeah.
hello, it's winter.
And it's really not that cold. It's like 50 degrees, and we're like, oh, this shit sucks.
It's plenty cold, thank you very much, and I don't need any colder. I don't need any frosty weather. I don't need, if I want to feel nostalgic for the winter,
I enjoy the weather now.
I'll put on the fucking Charlie Brown Christmas and Frosty the Snowman.
Well, I was glad that could show up when I got here. I appreciate
I'm
that.
glad you're here too. And as you've already heard, we also have our mutual friend in the studio. Yeah.
It is a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to
He
have
feels exactly how he sounds in that statement.
It's really funny. Like yet again, like you just like it's your fault that we had already Well, let's talk for a moment about other guy, our genius plan for productivity this week. You and I texted.
Oh, it didn't
on Monday. Literally,
Yeah.
on Monday, guys, we texted each other and we're like, I don't have the kids pretty much all week this week. We should really take advantage of these. Like, I work very little this week. I was like, we should take advantage. We should jump on it. We should record 3-4 episodes maybe this week. He was like, excellent. Just lay them down. I was like, yeah, that's great. No recording on Monday. No recording on Tuesday. Here it is. It's Saturday night at 11:36, and so we are effectively recording our first live episode pretty much. I mean, I'm going to, cut out the beginning and the end and put some music on it and slap this motherfucker on the internet pretty much. And again, you're yelling. You cannot, the siren song of the antibacterial nature of it, right? You just like the clean room smell, don't you?
I like having tingly hands.
I know that you were putting on Germex, but how you were doing your hands, I felt like you were getting ready to give me a prostate exam or something.
I was trying not to make any unnatural rubbing sounds.
Like, oh, here it comes. Hey, I do that often when my wife's asleep. You know what I'm saying?
Unnatural rubbing sounds? Oh, my.
Or all too natural, maybe.
Don't want to wake her up. She'd be pissed.
Would she be pissed?
Hell yeah.
See, I just always, and I mean, I guess I had a wife one time, and she would have also been pissed, I suppose, now that I think about it in
Mostly because
retrospect.
we're trying to make a baby. I can't waste none of my boys.
She run around like a Catholic behind you. Don't spill that seed.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well,
like there's a Dixie cup with a syringe right next to my bed.
Oh, my God. I have to get any more of that Germex.
Not drinking out of Dixie cups at my house, are you?
No, indeed.
Nice.
Indeed. I'm leaving the syringes alone also.
Speaking of being a man, I bought a suit yesterday.
Nice.
2, in fact.
Dose.
I did. Well, I paid for one. It was one of those buy one, get one suits kind of special deals at the warehouse shop,
Black Friday deal.
Right.
Suits
one
are
of them-
expensive, by the way.
Very.
Yes.
Yeah, I paid far too much for a
Especially
suit.
if you do the whole thing to where, like, you get the slacks, then, I mean, maybe you get a vest, maybe you don't. Maybe you get suspenders, maybe you don't. Then you get the jacket, right? But then you also get shirts and ties while you're there and socks.
You got to get at least, like for instance, here's the deal. I spent several $100s. Let's just put it like that. I spent too much yesterday. But I justified it to myself because I got 2 suits. One is a Kenneth Cole suit. That's not the nicest one that I got. I got an actual Italian suit. That motherfucker is currently getting tailored.
Nice.
Yeah. And I got the Kenneth Cole for free because I bought the other one and it was more expensive. I spent a lot. I spent too much. But at the same time,
You can't put a price on feeling good.
You can. That's true. And I look, the store literally gave me a guarantee that I was going to like the way that I looked. So I'm excited about it.
Not going to say their actual name till they toss us some dollars.
Yeah, that's right.
But he sounded convincing.
But I'll say this, though. Like, you're right. You had to – it's not just the price of the suit. I had to get a shirt because let's be honest. I could have brought that several $100 suit that I purchased home and then put on the nice button-up shirt that I have from Walmart.
Yeah, dude, but women bitch way too much whenever they've got to get dressed for an event. Let's put together the items that they have to wear for an event, right?
Okay.
Dress.
Right.
Shoes.
Underwear optional.
Right.
Accessories.
Underwear is optional.
Depending upon the dress.
Yeah.
Like, generally
Hopefully
a
no
bra is
underwear.
required.
That's
But
better.
and often like it's a specialty bra. Like they've got a lot of times if it's a real party, like if it's a nice party, a fancy party of some sort or fancy occasion, the woman is wearing the kind of dress that she's like, I only wear this bra in this dress.
Yeah,
This is my bra that I
Well,
bought
you
for
get
this
you
dress.
get the strapless,
Right.
The strapless
Like
dress.
but not just the strapless, but the strapless with a special support that squeezes it in the right way for that particular accoutrement. My lady
Nice word.
literally she bought the dress for my sister's getting married like at New Year's and Mazel Tov and
What a bad day to pick, man. What if that is horrible? What if the marriage goes horribly wrong?
You make a resolution and not
Every
do that
New Year,
again.
every New Year's is
Then
a
you're
shit.
reminded.
It's a horrible holiday for you then.
But here's the anytime you have a relationship go wrong, what it could be Tuesday, it could be March the 3rd there, right? and all of a sudden,
Why
March
do Canadians
the 3rd,
celebrate March the 3rd?
They
And if
don't.
they don't, then why did you use?
I just like the sound of March the 3rd. There is no Canadian
Why
think
did,
it's
you
holiday
do
March the 3rd.
why did you do the Canadian guy thing?
Yeah,
We
March
were,
the
we were
3rd, eh?
discussing the other day that he knows, for instance, Cinco de Mayo is the Mexican Independence Day, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
the
got
Mexican 4th of July. And he says the only reason that he remembers that holiday, and I said it's because they're our neighbors. He says, no, it's because they put what it is in the name. I can remember Cinco de Mayo because it is, and he said the 4th of May, but he was close enough. and so the joke was,
Way to remember that.
so the
International
joke
Man of
was
Mystery.
that the Canadians could also get him to remember their Independence Day if they just started saying, hey, happy March the 3rd there, eh?
yeah, and I would drink a lot of Molson on that day.
Right. He'd be like, yay to our Eskimo brothers up north. Do they
Yeah, a
have
lot of grounds.
Eskimos
No?
are celebrating any kind of independence.
That's fucked up.
And honestly, Inuit is the preferred word, I think, really.
Isn't that a specific? I don't know. I don't know anything about
I don't either.
that group
I don't-
of people.
the only
I'm
thing I
sorry,
know about
so.
Eskimos, I was taught by Frank Zappa, so
They kill the hell out of some whales, though, or used to. They were good at it.
they were very good at it. They build houses made of ice, which I've always found amazing because apparently they stay warm on the inside. It does not make sense to me. It does not compute. I didn't understand the whole teepee thing, though, until you and I were looking up building a
I want a
fucking
teepee
teepee in the
so bad.
backyard.
I can't
yeah,
wait.
it's happening. Oh,
I've
it's
told you
coming.
this, yeah?
Well, just get 3 sticks and a bunch of leather, and you're golden.
It's not quite that simple. You want one that will. You want mostly. We want one that we will only have to put up once. Like we don't want every time it rains to have a real mess in the backyard that we then have to figure out how to
You mean
rebuild
like
back.
a house?
Yes.
And you can get. Yeah, but I want
trying to
my
scam
fire
my way
pit.
into him building me a house in his backyard. Yes, that's what I'm working on. Shush.
Yeah,
man.
but I want my fire pit in it. I want my furs to be around it, and I just want to chill in my teepee.
Yeah.
Man.
Right, but what happens when the white man comes? So you got to move it.
He is the white
You just
man.
gotta move
Look
your
at him.
TP to
Yeah.
a specific part of the yard.
You will never have to move the.
I'm gonna get a
again.
buffalo,
what-
put it in the
what
yard.
What he has to be worried about. Is some angry native spirit.
Flamingo. You just get a buffalo.
Yeah, just put a buffalo in the yard.
He has to worry about some angry native spirit, pissed off that he's flaunting their own culture in his backyard. Like,
That is
look,
something
white
you want to
man,
look out for. Definitely.
I put up with you living here, but when you put up the fucking teepee, that was like spitting on my grave, dude. Literally, since you're on my grave.
That's how poltergeists happen.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but maybe they would only haunt the teepee, and I'm cool with that.
There you go.
Then you got a TP you can't
You
use.
just go inside.
I don't have to use it. If I had a haunted teepee, I would be like talking it up, like, oh man, you gotta come check out my teepee,
Yeah.
and I'd stick
As
a
matter of
friend in
fact-
it.
As a matter of fact, you got to pay me $5 to come see this on a teepee.
See, what you want is a yurt, right? Because that's like a TP, but it's Mongolian. There's no buried Mongolians.
Here's
under
the
your
here's the
yard.
deal. I
That's a
looked.
very
Hey,
good point.
hey, I looked into yurts too, man. In fact, the website that I went to was coloradoyurt.com.
Of course, Colorado. That's where the yurts are.
Here's the deal.
Colorado's where all the good stuff is.
Since Colorado has passed the bill to legalize marijuana, I literally am hearing on the radio here for the first time ever vacation getaways to Colorado. Like they're advertising it now that's passed, but they're using they're using code words. Like Colorado, I know what you're saying, and they all start out like this: need to go someplace where you can relax, be around like-minded people. I know exactly what you're saying, Colorado. And yes, I do. And then they end it with, you have friends in high places. Why,
Come
yes.
to Breckenridge.
Yeah, I've never heard.
Where you can be the real you.
Yeah. I've never heard advertisement before, and I'm like, good, like that's smart. They have to do it because if Colorado literally does not make money off of this, no other state's going to adopt it.
Well, yes, I'll agree with that. If the first couple of states aren't
Aren't
wildly
making- right.
successful tax-wise.
Right, but what does Iowa have to offer as far as let's legalize marijuana? Come to Iowa.
You like
We've got
flat,
legal
open
pot.
spaces.
In the short term,
That's kind of the only thing that they would have. That's what
Right.
they would need. That's the ticket
How do you sell that? How do you sell that?
on the corner.
yeah, yeah. Anywhere that accepts Visa or MasterCard, pretty much. In the short term, the states that adopt it can sell it just like the states that adopted legalized gambling early. Like that's what I suggested about Arkansas. Medicinal marijuana could be for
We got
Arkansas.
no river to sell on in Iowa though. Like come
They
down.
have, like, the
You
Iowa
don't-
River or anything like that?
Well, probably.
If
but
it's
I mean-
legal, you don't need a river, folks. You can ship it in by plane or bus or train.
right, but you're
or
talking about
truck.
the original riverboat adoption of gambling and
Oh,
everything.
yeah,
and that
no, I
was-
got-
you have to do that on the river with like
Well,
here's
but
these many
very-
set codes that you
but
I don't
have.
know
very
if you've been
quickly-
to the boats, but none of those motherfuckers
they're
are
not
on
on the river,
anymore.
right? Yeah.
And very quickly they went to the Native American gambling, which can take place anywhere. And then also I was talking about the lottery was a big one for Louisiana.
I
for
forgot
instance.
to get a ticket tonight.
I know, and it's like $300 and
I
something
got
million
some.
dollars, right?
$50 million for the Powerball.
It's fucking crazy, dude. So,
I'll
but here's
split
the
it with
deal:
you.
when
Yeah,
Louisiana, I'll split it with you.
So generous. I'll throw you a ball.
Let me get 50 cents on that.
We'll pop in after
I'll
the
put
fact.
it.
I like
Fuck,
that.
I'll put
That's
in a
good.
quarter if that's. I got two, maybe even. Here, as a matter of fact, let me just give you the whole dollar. Don't even worry about that. So, what was it? What the fuck was I saying? We were talking. Oh yeah, medicinal marijuana.
Yeah.
I was saying medicinal marijuana in Arkansas, I think, will be the gold rush that gambling was in Louisiana. Louisiana was the first one to get the lottery as far as like in this region, and so every fucking week people would rush over the border to buy their lottery tickets from Texas and Arkansas and Mississippi for the longest
You know, the rich
time.
states.
Well, even
Right.
riverboats, you'd hear folks coming from Dallas straight to
Right.
straight to the
Right.
riverboats.
Still
We're going
do
to Shreveport.
some.
Yeah.
go to a lot.
And I
Hot
mean, in
Springs, man.
Texas, for
Hot Springs
instance,
get back on the map.
yes, exactly.
That'd be awesome.
And I mean, I think
Would they change it to High Springs?
I'm sure they would. Why not? It's obvious, right?
I think it's very possible. I think the votes are largely there. I think it was a matter of people didn't even know that the issue was on the ballot this last time. And I think when they bring it up in the spring, which they're saying that they're going to do, I think it's going to pass in Arkansas, which is great. And I'm telling you, when it's successful monetarily, the whole fucking country will race to do it. When one state is making money on it, the rest of the country will do it because times are tough and everybody's got cutbacks. And nobody gives a shit about what the moral question was once they start seeing the dollar signs. That's the beauty of progress. That's the free market economy at work right there.
Does that mean the Powerball's going to go down?
I do wonder what legalized drugs would do to gambling. I do think it would have to eat some of that gambling money up, wouldn't
Because
it?
you're too lazy to go to the boats then.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, definitely casinos, it would hit hard.
no.
I-
That's why you got the buffet, man.
I still think you've got some
Buffets of meth, man.
hardcore conservative states that are never going to say that's okay. That are stuck in their ways that are never going to buy into that.
I'm not paying
And
attention to them either.
I don't see a good reason for them not to because, like you said, the money rolls in. There's no reason for them not to. But I think they're so stuck in saying no, consistently saying no, that they're not going to buy into it. Like I think you get your Kansas, you get your Missouri, you get your Iowa, you get your Nebraska. They're so stuck in saying no that they're not gonna buy it. Not that they shouldn't, not
Right.
that they wouldn't make money off doing it, but that they're so stuck in saying no that the conservative mindset is no, 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 no.
I don't. In the long term, though, I see now I got to reset your levels
Why?
because I've turned them down. Because you guys were having a side conversation.
People can listen to two conversations at once. I don't think that's an issue.
I can't.
Ours was important. We were talking about omelets at casinos.
Yeah, $15 omelets.
Ridiculous.
15 fucking dollar omelets at a casino. I thought casino food was supposed to be cheap.
Told you we were talking about important shit.
See? I mean, it's not
Way to
true,
turn us down.
but, you know,
Well,
it's an exaggeration. It wasn't 15. Well, I mean, you know, I had a drink and stuff. What were you guys talking about?
we were talking about. He was talking about holdout states, conservative states holding out. I think very, very shortly the question will be largely answered on a federal level, like as far as criminalization of it or decriminalization of it, and then all of a sudden it'll be a trickle down effect. Like the states that want to hold out and make it not legal to fucking grow a
Do you
field
think-
in your backyard. I'm
What do
sure some of them will be that way, but I think most states will be very permissive very quickly.
What do you think will happen nationally first? Legalization of marijuana or legalization of same-sex marriages?
Marijuana.
I would have thought. I would have thought before last cycle that it was possible we'd see legalization of marijuana before same-sex marriage. But now I think same-sex marriage happens before the next presidential cycle, like nationwide. I think actually the Supreme Court might decide it.
I disagree on that.
And next on Bloomberg Radio.
Alito's the young one. Who's Scalia? I think Scalia holds out to the next Republican president if he can. I mean, how long is it going to be if they don't? Unless they run a Hispanic next time, they got no chance.
No, it'll be the next time.
You think a Republican will win next time? Yep. No, because they're going to run another fucking Romney, man.
Well, they won't run. They learned from this running another Romney. And if you look at the past, you've got.
It is Bloomberg Radio, isn't it? I'm sorry.
You've got
Holiday Friend ain't coming to the studio no
Reagan
more.
running for 8, and then Bush gets in for 4 afterwards, and then you've got an 8-year Democrat. Then you've got an 8-year Republican, 8-year Democrat. It'll be another at least 4-year Republican afterwards. People they like to change because they think it'll be
so
better.
You're going same-sex marriage.
Yeah, I say same-sex marriage first.
And our holiday friend is going legalization of weed.
Yeah. You can make money off weed. You can't make money off same-sex marriage.
He makes a good point there. The market will push weed. That's true. The market's not necessary. Although, as my sister said, you know the one way to solve this economic crisis? Gay bridal registry.
I want the gays to have their same-sex marriage. I'm down with that. Like, one of the things that frustrates me being married to a woman is their lack of understanding of the P-boner. Like, if you're married to a dude, he completely gets it. Like, you'd be like, "Sorry, honey, P-boner." He's like, "Okay."
Like you've got experience. Like when I was married,
like a motherfucker.
when I was married to Steve, Steve never fucking touched my P-boner. He was always like, "Baby, go take care of that."
Yeah, go take care of your
and then I'll
P-boner.
take care of you, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve knew how to.
Steve knows my needs.
Lover. Steve was a gentle lover.
But women apparently.
By the way, just as a disclaimer here, there is no ex Mr. Other Guy. Mr. Other Guy has never been.
He was out of the picture long before his marriage thing came up.
I appreciate you not bringing Steve up. So
it's a Tinder spot.
Yeah. But here's the deal, women don't get it. Like, they think every boner is for them. It's not.
Some of them are just for you.
Yeah, I love you. Yeah.
You have a problem that I have never had.
Some of them are for Steve.
There's like a P-boner, then a me-boner.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but they think literally, a woman sees you with a boner, and they all think, "Oh man, this, like he wants to go at it," and I'm like, "Yes, with the toilet." Yeah,
what you're talking about?
Y'all
is,
shit.
What
Like,
you're
y'all
talking about is
you're
very
also throwing in
specifically
morning wood,
Yes, very
and then like I've had there's morning
wood is a P-boner.
Yeah, but it's not that's not in play most times. Like, my wife's perfectly happy to completely ignore me in the morning. That's like that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That's
Really?
Like, yeah, absolutely. Good
Here's the
morning.
deal. And-
get out of my
and
face.
You remember how several weeks ago you got a new vehicle and I tried to talk about it and you were like, nobody wants to hear me talk about how I got a nice something when they don't have. Okay, likewise. And this is a problem that I also currently have. Nobody likes to hear about how much your old lady likes to have sex with you, because most people's old lady don't like to have sex with them as much as they want to have sex with them.
Regardless.
I know this is. You're right. It is a problem. I'll agree with you. Some chicks don't get the P-boner, and an aggressive young lady that's out to take care of her man might jump on one and do more harm than good.
And there is no worse sex than having sex when really you just have to pee.
And see, now this is where you and I even differ. I'm not a take it for the team kind of guy. Like, I'll tell her. Like, I'm like I don't go ahead and go down with the thing.
I can't. I
Well,
don't.
You know what you do.
I'm like, yes, this magnificence is for you, baby.
And you just give it to her anyway until you're too
Yeah.
tired to deal with it?
Yeah.
Until you're finally like, I got to go take a break?
Right, you can't just give her the hang on for a sec, and now we're good.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't just hold off for.
Let me
for
pop
1
in
second.
here and
I'll be back.
pull up.
Dude, I can't.
And
like,
now we're good.
I don't pee and then have sex right
There's
afterwards.
some gears switching there.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
No?
You take the morning paper in there?
What? I'm just saying it's not like,
Another guy
excuse
says-
me, let
other
me
guy
let me
says,
pop in
yes,
here.
why? Well, my Kindle, actually, but what's your problem?
For me, I would just have to put the whole
Look, either I'm having
the whole
pain.
mind and get to business. When I
Kindle,
have
by the way, a
chance.
product you can purchase on Amazon.com and support
Nice.
2guys1pod.com.
But
I'm sure that's where they want to be associated.
but yeah, like I'll have.
We'll drop them in where we'll put them in where they fit in.
I hear that 50 Shades of Grey is a good book.
Hey, let me tell you something. A bunch of people have been shopping there too, man. Last month was a good month. Thank you for everybody that's done that.
Especially you guys in Reading, England.
Why are you tossing out Reading?
I
Reading
don't
did
know.
listen, by the way, last week.
I know.
Although those motherfuckers didn't have the balls to write anything. I just want to say. I'm just
calling out Reading.
Yeah, that's right. They got bollocks is what they got over there. I think that's in bollocks
I'm
balls.
sure that was horribly misused.
I don't know. But bollocks.
That
isn't it
this is going to
balls?
be the first letter from that. This is going to be the first email
Probably.
we get from them.
Dear UK listeners, please correct us on the use of bollocks. It's a really good word, and I'd like to use it properly. There you go.
It starts out with one guy, you ignorant slut.
Yeah. I don't know. Don't they use
Other
cock a
guy,
lot?
bollocks, is used like this.
Yeah, nice. Speaking of listener mail,
DeVale is here! Woo!
which instead of non-existent listener mail, here's some actual listener mail.
You mean listener mail you're making up right now?
No, listener mail that I got from Eaglet Joe.
Turf war.
Speaking of Eaglet Joe, Eaglet Joe for those that don't know,
Is that like the little
that's her own personal theme
Desert
song.
Storm logo that comes up?
Yes. Anytime CNN mentions such and such, they're like, Operation Desert Eagle or whatever. Yes, this is Operation Turf War.
I will make this shit happen.
So for those that don't know, Eaglet Joe is Honey Bun's sister.
Oh, that's the connection.
Yeah, that's
All
the
right.
connection. So she was visiting Honey Bun for the holiday. Honey Bun's my lady. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh,
You didn't
yes,
know.
I'm aware.
Oh. What the
I did not know that.
Nothing. Just
Thank
keep
you.
talking, monkey.
Yeah, it's because you never listen to the podcast.
Oh, shut up. I'm just here for the holidays.
I even sent him the link to his own one. No response. Oh, did you? Oh, yeah. Look at you.
You probably never
Yes,
even
I like
bought
to listen to myself.
$100 worth of stuff from Amazon through their link on their 2guys1pod.
That's very true.
I
bet you
only
have.
shop Amazon.
That's a nice plug.
Nice. Nice. And don't think it hasn't been remembered. So Eaglet Joe is Honey Bun's sister. She's here visiting, or she was here visiting. For the
Oh man, we
holidays.
could have had it. I could have met her.
Well, she wanted to. She wanted to come on the show actually, and Honey Bun.
I didn't say all that.
Yeah, Honey Bun threw up the fan. She
I
was
said
like,
I wanted
"Fuck
to meet
no."
her.
But apparently, all visit whenever Eaglet Joe mentioned the podcast. Honey Bun would very quickly chime in. Turf war.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just all the.
Did it piss her off?
A little bit.
Nice.
It's nice. So she writes, first of all, Christmas was the holiday in our household growing up, as evidenced by the 30 boxes of Christmas decor that my parents just moved with them this August. St. Patty's Day, we did do green milk and green clover-shaped pancakes every year. I love that. I still do that. Secondly, gamify life, ? And this is in reference to, we were talking about if everybody wears Google goggles, we could put scores above each other for like light side points. So like you were bitching about the guy that didn't let you ahead of him in line at the grocery store because you had two big 50-pound bags and he had a whole grocery cart full of stuff.
All right.
Okay. She says, and I suggested, well, hey, if everybody had scores above their head, then when the guy, he could look at you and go, oh, yeah, hey, that would be a nice thing to do. It would remind him to do it, and then he would actually get a reward for doing so. She says that's a terrible idea. Have you not seen Wall-E? It makes me cry every time. I pray our world never gets that way. Very, very sad. So that was her thing. Guys, since we have two friends here in the studio that weren't around and haven't chimed in on this particularly, we talked last week about our favorite holiday.
Oh
It
yeah.
is a holiday episode right here after Thanksgiving. What was your favorite holiday growing up? Like, what was the holiday that the family celebrated, or that the holiday family celebrated?
The holiday family.
Yes.
I like that.
All of them. It's in their name.
Yes.
Well, for me, it was the last holiday I was here, which was 4th of July.
Really, that was the big one?
That was the one. I mean, we did our Christmas, but we always open up Christmas presents on Christmas Eve. Like
that shit is weak. I hate that. I hate that so bad.
That's what we did, and we never had the whole like big Santa thing. So I mean, for us, it was 4th of July, and that was the huge celebration, and that was when we got folks together and almost blew our fingers off, shooting off fireworks in the front yard, and set up a huge bonfire with all the crap we swept together at the end of the night. All the
from the
trash,
cornfields.
Yeah, well, all the trash that we had in the middle of the street, and we swept it together in a giant.
I want to move to this town. Tell me more.
To America. That's what we did. I mean, that was
4th of July trash, or is that just everyday trash?
Well, no, that was 4th of July trash. That was all the fireworks and the bottle rockets and
maybe
everything.
You grew up in Beirut or something.
No, like all the trash bags worth of everything we threw off from like
You
January.
lit it with the Scud missile over here.
Together. No, it was for us. It was 4th of July.
In Soviet Russia, fireworks explode you.
Dude, that was a good accent.
Yakov
I wanted to point that out.
Thanks. Russian's real easy to do, actually, particularly if you just do Yakov Smirnoff. Yakov Smirnoff's very easy to imitate for anyone who's trying to start their...
A child of the 80s is typically, I think, going to have a better Russian accent than most others.
Yeah, I enjoy Yakovs.
Well, dude,
however, your wife does not.
Enjoy Yakovs. You got to keep that on the DL, though. It's Trapped in the Closet. Episodes 33 through 44.
In the closet.
I haven't seen a single. I still don't really have any idea what it's about. Trapped in the Closet. I read something about it today that it continued.
He's kind of trapped in the closet.
Is he trapped in the closet?
So what's our
That's
mutual
pretty much
friend?
it.
What was you see? I would think that 4th of July would be a holiday that you enjoy as well.
4th of July is a good one. And, we never burnt huge piles of trash or anything, but...
Unless you count the Stevens family down the street.
Yeah, all the hitchhiker bodies. Yeah, but whatever. No, I like 4th...
Hitchhikers only count for 1/3 of a person. Right.
I like 4th of July. It's great, mostly because it's my birthday, and I enjoyed it for that. But I also really enjoyed...
I love your 4th of July hat, by the way.
Yeah, 4th of July hat is good. True story. I didn't get that until a couple of years ago.
It's good addition.
I keep it in the back of my car, just so everybody knows that I'm all about freedom. It says right across the top there, freedom. Just in case you were unsure. But, 4th of July is my favorite. I really enjoy it. But next to that, I think it's got to be Halloween, though. So I always liked... Well, the trick or treat,
right?
You like the option?
I like the trick particularly, but the treat is nice. It's a good consolation. But also, especially getting a little older, and I can't really justify the expense on my own Halloween costumes. So I have to make it. That's what I enjoy. I enjoy making my own Halloween costume.
You know what? I think next Halloween is when I will break to Mrs. Other Guy the concept of the pee boner.
I'm sure she does not care at all about the
Yeah, but she'll think she's getting a treat, and I'll be like, tricked you, bitch, pee boner, I'm going to the bathroom. See you later.
So did any of you guys, Halloween-wise, ever do the whole trick or treat thing, like the trick-wise? I had never understood what that was until I started watching old Donald Duck cartoons, and
Those are scary.
Right, it was old, scary shit, and then Donald Duck was actually doing tricks to the people that would come, and I never understood that it was something that it used to be those were the two options. You would either receive trick or treat, and those were options that you would get when you got to the door.
I never did it in that
base.
way, but I did hide face down in a muddy ditch one time after we went around forking yards and putting powdered milk in our principal's yards and stuff.
Yeah.
I hid face down in a ditch one time, but it was under different circumstances.
You passed out face down in the ditch one time.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, man, I was scared. When you're fucking 16 years old,
I was scared too. Other guy. Oh shit!
I don't think anybody ever hops in a ditch unless they're scared.
No, You never get into the ditch because it seems like such a good idea. Like hey,
Whoa.
I have to take
Mildly
this.
unprofessional.
certainly.
Hello. Hello. Hey, where's your phone?
Can I whistle into the microphone while this is happening?
Oh well, can you swing my wallet by the studio?
That's
It
what
was
he
left in
does.
my car. Okay, well, because I need it because your car's out of gas. Yes.
So what was
No.
your favorite holiday?
Right.
I said Christmas. Christmas was the big one at my house. Like, and here's the other reason why Christmas versus any of the other ones. I'm not. Where's Louisiana Tech? Yeah, there's still 6:50 left on the third quarter. This is awesome.
What's the score?
37-31. We're up, thank God. But that's not enough.
Well, this is why I'd like to have Hunting Friend here, is because I wonder what his
You mean Bloodsport friend?
Bloodsport friend. I wonder what his
favorite
holiday would be.
It's got to be Easter.
I thought we would call him like Prince Charming or something.
That
come
that
on,
could
Steve.
work. I mean, but I thought you guys would.
Yeah,
stick
if you want
want
to suck his dick off.
Well,
I do need.
well,
Well,
I
whatever.
thought you guys would stick with.
Hey,
the
you're the one
blank,
that used to
blank,
be
blank
with
friend.
Steve, huh?
That's right. I
But
don't think
not
he looks
necessarily
anything
Easter,
like
because
Steve.
you know it's like
It's when he was resurrected.
It's but it's Thanksgiving and it's Christmas are Bloodsport holidays. So
that's a good
I wonder
point.
what that would be. Like what Hunting Friend or
I bet
Bloodsport
his.
friend or
St. Patty's Day by far is the best holiday.
I bet Easter would be
pretty
high on
solid.
his list.
Not
I bet
Irish.
Easter would be high
Even
on
if
his
you're not
list,
Irish,
though,
there's
because think about how he spends
no
his
stress.
Easters.
Right,
He
away from
gets
his
heaven
family.
and hell. No, he does it both. He goes every Easter and he does the Sunday morning thing with mom and dad, and like literally goes to
Right.
church and
but
nice
most of the
outfit.
reason he's here is to not be there.
Yes, but I'm saying he gets both, and I think he more than the rest of us still holds to that very traditional view of like like he's a real mama's. I mean, I'm a mama's boy
Yeah.
too, but he's a real
Right.
mama's boy.
And a grandmama's boy.
Yeah.
Like is he Hunting Friend? Bloodsport friend? Is he Dimples? Is he Fabio? Like what
Dimples.
is
When
what
when
is
he
he?
becomes
Dimples
important,
is
when he
good.
becomes important
Like
in
when
my
he-
life,
when he
we'll
shows
toss him a
up?
name.
That's funny. I asked him. I wanted him to come hang out with us. He was like, "Nah, I got to do family stuff this
Exactly.
whole time."
So he doesn't get a name.
He's the nameless one.
He's been here all week.
Nice.
I'll just throw that.
All
out there.
week?
Yeah. Since Sunday night.
That motherfucker.
Yep.
Oh well. Fuck him. Okay, so I want to talk about crazy people real quick. Crazy rich people.
That's such an interesting topic.
Like they have so much money, like they're crazy rich, or they're fucking nuts. Then they have money.
No, this particular person has a great deal of money, and he is also currently crazy, I
It's
think.
the best way to
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yes.
I want to be his friend.
I do not want
I
to be his
do.
friend.
Like you would see some shit.
Here's what I want. I want you to know a guy who is his friend who will do Skype sessions with us and tell us about it so that it's very safe for the two of
I'm
us.
fascinated. I'm waiting for
I
a
would
movie.
like to know
My God, who is
up
it?
close and personal. John McAfee. Computer security industry
Okay,
pioneer.
wait. You guys
perhaps.
haven't been keeping up with the story?
No.
Oh man.
McAfee antivirus.
I'm familiar with that
Okay.
name.
John McAfee. Now he doesn't work. He doesn't have any connection anymore to the antivirus software. Somebody bought it, and then Intel bought them. Intel now controls the software,
And he
but-
still has billions of
right.
dollars.
He's got a lot of money, and lately he's been hanging out in Belize because it's nice down
As
there.
you do.
There's a quote from McAfee.
Probably owns Belize.
I am not well liked by the Prime Minister. I am just a thorn in everybody's side. Belize police are currently searching for the computer security pioneer in the murder of Gregory Viat Fall. Computer security industry pioneer John McAfee says he has gone into hiding in Belize because he believes authorities there are trying to frame him for the murder of a neighbor, a crime he says he did not commit. Belize police are searching for McAfee as a person of interest in a murder investigation. You can say I'm paranoid about it, but they will kill me. There is no question. They've been trying to get me for months. They want to silence me. Wired quoted McAfee as saying on its website, I'm not well liked by the Prime Minister. The magazine reported that McAfee, who is 67, contacted one of its reporters by telephone after his neighbor, Gregory Fall, was found dead on Sunday in a pool of blood. The 52-year-old American was apparently shot in the head. How apparently shot in the head? Like, I mean, if there is a bullet hole...
Either you are or you're not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, apparently died of natural causes, apparently had a stroke, apparently had a heart attack, apparently had a drug overdose, apparently
got
died
your
of,
hand caught in a wood chipper
Right.
and the rest of your body sucked through
This is
it.
Right. If you show up and there's a pile of gore under the wood chipper and like pieces of a tie hanging off the corner of one of the things, you're like, maybe that guy got his tie caught in the wood chipper and it sucked him in. Apparently, he got caught in the wood chipper. On the flip side, if there's a small hole in the front of your head and a large hole in the back of your head
And
a
a
bullet,
smoking gun
and a
laying
bullet
next to
crushed into the concrete, that person got shot in the head is what they got. Anyway, I don't know.
You want to know what my highlight, my favorite things about this saga is? Because
Maybe we could go and be like
I
the top police officers in Belize. We could be like
Please,
the
please
Starsky
say,
and Hutch
say
of
Belize,
Belize.
please, again. Just do that. Say it again.
Belize police.
Belize, please. I love that.
so
Stop. Belize police.
Say this. The Belize police believe.
that he was apparently shot in the head.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Belize police believe that, that he
do
was
it.
shot in the head.
Here's the best part. Here's the thing is I've been keeping up with the saga for a while now.
Saga?
Yes, like
McAfee
you
saga.
guys don't even know what's going on in this dude's life.
This dude's got billions of dollars. Why doesn't he just leave Belize?
Here's
I believe
here's some
because
highlights.
because it's a lovely place.
What-
He says it's the best. It's the nicest place in the world. That's
here's
what he says about
here's
it.
some highlights on this. One, when the police came to his house, he was there, buried in the sand, with a box over his head for hours until he could sneak away.
He was hiding as a box?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
You know, like
good
Snake.
disguise.
He had like 8 live-in girlfriends. Okay? Some of them were like girlfriends or sisters of like the Belize mafia, like the drug cartel down there.
Yeah, he hangs out with the hit.
He also went
and the mobsters.
Yeah, he also went to Belize because it was a place to where he could experiment and purify the drug known as bath salts.
Yeah, we're gonna get there in just a second.
Like this dude it's crazy.
Oh, dude's nuts.
Police said McAfee had a history of conflict with the neighbor, whose postmortem was expected to be conducted sometime this week. McAfee amassed a fortune by building the antivirus company that bears his name. He has homes and businesses in the Central American country where police say he has lived for at least 2 years. It's not the first time McAfee, who has tattoos, a goatee, and a mustache, and a penchant for guns, has drawn police attention. Apparently this dude watched or played Grand Theft Auto Vice City and was just like, that is the life for me.
Yes.
me.
Yes, that's exactly what he did.
Or like he saw Scarface and he was like, yes, and I can just skip the chainsaw and local drug dealers part because I already have billions of
He
dollars.
goes straight to
That's right.
the bath salts.
Drug tycoon.
He's just like cutting it with his hand and snorting it off the table.
His premises were raided earlier this year after he was accused of holding firearms, though most were found to be licensed. The final outcome of that case is still pending. He was also suspected of running a lab to make the synthetic drug crystal meth. He's suspected of making crystal meth, but he was not convicted nor was he charged. He was only suspected, the Belize police said.
Believe.
Yes. Their spokesman, by the way, is Rafael Martinez.
Well, yeah.
McAfee also owns a security company in Belize, like you do if you're a billionaire, as well as several properties and an ecological enterprise. Okay, this is the point of the story where I went, wait a minute. He owns an ecological enterprise. He owns several homes, mansions. He's tattooed himself up. He's an eccentric billionaire with a now he's literally taking on the costume of the supervillain.
He has dyed his hair and goatee, which was kind of reddish, as his disguise. He dyed his hair and goatee jet black.
Nice. And
With a white streak down the
he's
middle
picking
of the goatee.
fights.
Possibly.
Yeah.
He's picking fights with small Central American governments or South American governments. Where is Belize Central America or South America? I lost it. Central
Either
America,
way.
I think. Either way, my point is
on
this:
the continent of South America.
I'm saying that John McAfee is not so slowly turning himself into a Bond villain, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How awesome is that
Like
guy?
he's
I love
angling.
him.
He's gonna have to step it up from just shooting his neighbor, though.
Well,
Dude,
I'm
hey,
saying,
hey.
but that's how it starts, right? Like, hey, Joker had to kill one person before he started freezing the whole city with
gotta start
the
somewhere.
smile ray or whatever.
Yeah,
Smile, right?
he's also blogging now if you want to read those, and he's written like he has he's written like diaries and documenting
So
this stuff.
is he on the run?
Yeah.
And he's blogging on the run.
Yeah.
Well, he's when you say on the run, when you're wealthy enough, what happens is, and particularly I think in one of these like underdeveloped countries, he just pays his security team enough to keep him ahead of the police. So when the police are coming for him in one house, he's at a different one. And he's marching around the country, flaunting the fact that the authorities in that country are looking for him, and that he has enough money and power and influence, at least among a certain group of people, to ignore them.
I gotta tell
But
you, seems like Belize has a lot more rules than I would have figured. Probably more than McAfee figured too. But,
You mean you can't kill people?
I mean, I always figured Belize was free for all, man.
Yeah, I thought if I was going to ever just decide to make crystal meth and shoot my neighbors, Belize was where I would be.
Well, I think that's
It's
what John
working.
had.
It's
in his
working
mind.
for him
And
so
yeah,
far.
so far he's fine. I'll say this though: you talk about purifying the crystal meth. This article actually doesn't have it, but one of the other articles, and I'll try to link both of them in here. One of the things that he's blogged about in the past, he's been public about this. He's doing the bath salts, fucking rectally. He's
Oh, yeah,
he's
that's the
taking
way to
them-
do it.
He's taking them as an enema because he says that alleviates a lot of the negative side effects that people are having from
eating people's faces.
like
Eating
the
flesh.
insanity
Yeah.
and the aggressive violence.
Well, obviously, I mean,
Right.
this guy turned into a zombie and ate somebody, so I'm just gonna shove this up my butt. Right. I'm sure that'll fix it.
That'll make it all better.
It will make you kill a guy after he poisoned your dogs.
And then it's just like, your big brother where he just tries to fart on you.
So that brings me to this week's If You Could, and we've got
Well, great.
quite a bit of footage. So this is a good time to wrap it up with an If You Could, and then we can close it out. Okay.
I have one more side
Okay,
note
I'm
to talk
sorry,
about
yes.
after.
Well, okay, yeah, we can do that after. We'll do it after, and that'll give
Yeah.
us a post. Okay. McAfee is becoming a Bond villain. There's a new James Bond film in movie theaters right now. Honey Bun and I watched the first two. We're going to go through the whole series again here.
That's a good goal.
I'm very excited about it, yeah. If you could be a Bond villain, and I'm not saying you got to pick one in particular, I'm saying imagine yourself in the mode of one of these guys that he comes up against in these films. You don't have to be one of them. You can be a guy in that style. You can be John McAfee is what I'm saying. You large amounts of money,
Random task.
large amounts of money, the ability to have, you've got a layer, et cetera, et cetera. So my questions to you are, if you could be a Bond villain, where would your lair be? You don't have to give me a specific point on the globe, but describe it to me in some manner. Like mine's going to be the X oil refinery in the middle of the ocean or whatever. And what would your gimmick be? So perhaps your gimmick is the particular way in which your heists are always carried out. Maybe it's my henchman throws his shoe.
You
or
always
whatever.
make these so damn complicated.
Okay, then simplify it. Where's your layer then? Pick your fucking layer, other guy.
My house.
Your house.
No one would suspect it.
No one would suspect it.
Maybe you'd have like a huge layer under your house.
Yeah.
That just looks like a house.
Like that concrete slab out back is a roof.
Do you expect me to die? No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to sit here and have a beer, watch some satellite.
No, my layer would I would probably pick. The ginormous forests in like Washington, Oregon area.
Ah, like the redwoods.
Yeah,
Like so you live like in a treehouse or something?
yeah. Like no one would find you.
Like indoor.
Like they've been looking for Bigfoot in that place forever and haven't found him.
Very true. Very true, actually. I like that a lot. All right, a redwood treehouse.
They'd never find me ever.
No, I like that a lot.
Like me and
that a lot.
Bigfoot just be having Coco laughing.
You wouldn't be much of a villain though, would you? You'd just be kind of like a hippie.
And my henchman would be Sasquatch. He's my odd job.
No one's ever seen him.
Catching that dude.
It's just like a gigantic humanoid ape.
Yeah, gigantic Pithecus.
Pithecus. Is that a former word of the day or something? Is that just like
Gigantic Pithecus. He's one of our ancestors that were giant. He's a giant ape like
Wow,
It's
missing link.
nice.
Back
like
in
a
the day.
Homo pithecus or something?
some
Yeah.
Science Channel documentary knowledge coming out?
I didn't know that.
Dropping it there.
Hey, are you watching that Mankind series that they're doing right now?
No.
The Story of Us, Mankind.
No,
Pretty
but I will
solid.
tell you what. I did watch the Man Who Made Us. What was
That's it. Yeah.
No, it's not Mankind.
Oh.
There's not the story of the man who built America.
Oh, okay.
Was who was that? What man? That was some awesome stuff. Like
Talking
like
about Carnegie.
yeah,
and,
Carnegie
Carnegie and J.P. Morgan.
yeah, J.P. Morgan.
Yeah.
All of them. It was
Oh yeah.
man. It was crazy how they all interchanged and one took to rise to the top took down the other, and that shit was cutthroat, man.
I just figured there was a whole lot of like, I drink your milkshake. I drink it up.
Drink it up. It's drainage, Carnegie.
That's actually exactly how it was.
yeah. Did you watch the show too?
No, I am aware of how capitalism works, and largely throughout most of history, until we really adopted like the modern social democratic state, it was mostly about like one guy had it all, and then another guy clubbed him in the back of the head and took it all, and he had it all for a little while, and then some young guy clubbed him in the back of the head and took it all.
Oh man,
Yeah, that's
Rockefeller
pretty much it.
taking out
Yeah.
Rockefeller taking out the railroads. Oh man, that dude's got balls.
I like it.
He's also got a skating rink.
And a Christmas tree.
Nice. I would have my Bond villain layer would be in like this ridiculously too large Hollywood version of a South Louisiana plantation home. Like the gigantic but unlike a real plantation home, also right out on the bayou.
So you'd be Wilford Brimley in Hard Target.
Yeah. Except what I was seeing was like young and sexy with like way too flashy suits.
Like, all your heads
Like,
on
and I would
diabetes.
like,
And you have the Panama hat the whole time.
no, I would mop my brow. I'd mop my brow furiously and speak like I was from Georgia. Like, oh, Mr. Bond, I'm so glad y'all could join us.
How come your bad guy's gay?
No, he's not gay. He's just, but he's
Why do
affected.
you
Okay.
think?
Did okay, you guys, because Steve's coming over later.
That's right. Because Steve followed Bond onto the set. That's right.
When you guys saw him do what he just did, you thought his character was gay, didn't you?
No,
I just thought he was sweating profusely.
I was sweating profusely.
I thought he was having some kind of.
I don't know that inflection with that gesture. Just
No, it was too much. Oh, Mr. Bond.
I would love to say.
So glad y'all could join us.
Dude, turn your damn phone on vibrate, brother.
I got business.
You got
Hello.
business.
I do one of these a year, you know.
Too.
I do one of these a week, most weeks, and he shows no more respect.
Okay. Just stop by. Just come whenever you get here.
Girl from
I thought you were gonna do the
Yeah.
theme song from Doug for a minute.
That's the second Doug reference.
Yeah, it's right across from.
You had one earlier.
Sex
The first one was in reference to our Bloodsport.
Was it
friend,
mayonnaise
whatever his
patty?
name is.
No.
No.
Oh.
Patty
I would
mayonnaise.
love to say that mine would
that's
be like the Goldfinger Tropical Island, but I'm really white. So
Yeah,
that
you would-
that would
It'd be a
not work
snow
for me.
island.
So no, I would be the Arctic. I would
That
have to
would
be
awesome. I would
like
visit
in the
your
middle
lair.
of
Like where the seed
nowhere
vault
ice
is?
With the, yeah, like you.
A
I-
Fortress
like-
of Solitude.
I
have,
would
like, the
have
snow
to do
bunnies
the
and
Fortress
stuff
of
everywhere?
Solitude. I would have to do that because the sun would not affect me.
So who's your
there.
henchman? Elves?
Well, no, you
No, man,
get
you
someone
gotta
who
have,
is
like, the fur
equally
bikini
albino.
snow
Like you get like someone who was warmly dressed who could carry
In a
out
fur
my evil
bikini.
plans. Yeah, and yeah, the fur bikini is also a nice touch. It's warm but inviting. You know, it plays. But I would love to say the tropical island, but that doesn't work for me. I couldn't do
I
that.
hate sand.
Yeah,
It gets
sand's kind of a big-
everywhere.
Yeah, it's just you don't have to worry about that with ice. It'll melt.
Yeah. What was yours?
He hasn't
Aw,
picked
man,
one
I
yet.
don't know. I'm kind of waffling as per usual. I would my first choice probably would have been
An underwater bubble.
Yeah, kind of.
I
It was the Mariana Trench at the bottom of the Mariana.
I had a
Trench.
feeling you were going to say that.
7 miles underwater.
You and the Decepticons.
Only like 2 people have ever been there, so nobody's coming to get you. They're just not. You know. So I don't know. And like, I don't know if you can get down there.
Is
and you can stay
Aquaman your
down there-
henchman then?
Aquaman's super lame. No.
Manatees.
He whispers to the dolphins.
Yeah,
He
I would
has-
just be like, ooh. Or like,
has super intelligent manatees that he's trained to do his dirty work for him.
Yeah, my other impulse was the moon because you can go anywhere from the moon. And I like the moon. The moon's neat. And I have my name on it.
We're going to steal the moon.
Like my moon, yeah. I would write mutual right across the front.
And they're like, man, that moon is insured like a motherfucker.
Or like
That moon is ours.
Once,
It's
like,
everywhere.
If it blows up, they got a hell of a payment to give.
Like once a month, you would see that it said mutual. Other times, you would see moo or ool or tra. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's good stuff.
I think that it would be a lot easier though, like to teach children about waxing and waning though, if they could read it. Like it would
It's a moo moon.
It's out.
it's a moo moon.
Weak.
Yes, it was weak. True.
Well, on that terribly weak joke, why don't we just go ahead and wrap this thing up? No, you had a thing. You had a point to get to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's not really a point,
Side
but
trip.
yeah, I was asleep in bed. My wife was up on her phone.
That's the
just-
side trip
yeah.
music. All right, this is traveling
Going through articles, and like I was trying to sleep, and I could hear just like making noises like, "Aw, oh my gosh, that is so cute," and like I'm trying to sleep, and she's doing this, and I'm trying to. I really don't want her to notice that I'm not asleep,
Right.
but she does, and so she nudges me, makes me wake up and look at it, and what it is apparently there's a tiger whose cubs all died, right? And this tiger, she'd stopped eating, she was eventually going to die. So what the zoo did was they took a bunch of piglets and wrapped them in tiger fur blankets, like they're wearing like tiger fur sweaters, essentially.
But really, like real tiger fur?
I don't know. I didn't read the article. She was just
mean,
showing me the pictures.
In that case, did they skin her own
All her
babies?
cubs and put them in
That's
it.
what I'm saying. Because
I don't know.
otherwise, where are you getting tiger fur is my question.
Yeah, but she's like, oh my gosh, it's so like,
Right.
how
So-
sweet
how
is this
adorable, yeah.
tiger taking care of these piglets, and she wants to live now. That tiger's not raising piglets. That tiger is raising dinner.
The tiger's raising some badass pigs.
Yeah.
Tiger's like, trainer, you brought me bacon.
Yeah, exactly. Like that pig's name is breakfast. That one is lunch. This one is brunch. This one's called after hangover breakfast.
This one's Steve.
This one's Steve.
He's got a pretty
You
mouth.
have earned a name.
Steve ain't going nowhere.
His name was James Paulson.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Nice. His name was
Robert
James.
Paulson.
Fuck! I was so close. I wanted to
I
throw it
like
back
being
to the
here
Fight
for that
Club
because I don't have
reference.
to bother sending you a text about it.
I appreciate that too.
No, we've made a huge mistake. Like, you're our editor, you're our in-ear editor, you're our censor.
Yes, that's really. We should put you in a producer's booth for these shows. So
Oh,
you can
glass
just
box.
correct us like immediately. Like, I'd be like, I'm hearing from sources inside now that was actually Robert Paulson.
I like that you're doing the like live from Burbank ear thing. That's exactly what I want to do. Like I wear a suit and stuff, and I grow a mustache. Just be like, it's actually Robert Paulson.
Really, what it would.
By booth, you mean the guy standing right over
In the corner.
Well, I was thinking actually what we'd do is we'd put
The
headphones
trash
on him.
can in front of him.
Yeah, we'd put
a
headphones
booth.
on him and stick him just outside the door, and he could write us sticky notes and just put them up on the glass.
I like the idea of being in the
Robert
corner
Paulson.
away from a microphone, so that like I just have to say it super loud and it's barely heard over the mic. It's like, hey, Robert Paulson.
It's Robert, you jackasses.
Robert, you jackasses.
Yeah.
So, what happened with the tiger and the cubs? I mean,
It's
the
yet
tiger
to be
and the pigs.
determined.
Okay, so you don't know if it's.
I don't think
actually
it's over
breakfast.
until they're eaten, which will
Anamorphism
happen.
is so cute.
Except for Steve.
Yeah, he gets a pass.
Well, he's earned it.
Steve gets a pass.
Look at the size of that sausage.
Oh my god.
So curly. That's another show in this this little thing we call Two Guys One Podcast. Visit the website twoguysonepod.com. You can watch our videos. You can listen to old podcasts. You can subscribe in iTunes. Review us if you haven't yet. Write us a review in iTunes. Let other people know what you think of Two Guys One Pod. And shop Amazon. If you've got Christmas shopping to do, we'd sure appreciate you shopping through the
Or Hanukkah shopping.
Hanukkah shopping too. That's right. Holiday, whatever it might be. Festivus for the rest of us. Buy your stuff through Amazon and do us a favor. It won't cost you anything extra, but we get a nice little kickback from Amazon for sending them your way. So Amazon.com, but do it through Two Guys guys1pod.com. The song this week, not sure which one it's going to be, but it'll be another Adam Dale. And you can find links to buy that on iTunes, on our website as well, 2guys1pod.com. Thanks for listening to us. I am one guy.
And I'm the other.
I'm the holiday friend.
I'm the mutual friend.
And this has been the podcast.
Flash.
Bang.
Desert heat at 103, and still you rode out next to me. We kept an eye out for a Joshua tree, still we found none. Oh, wild good God, I feel alive. I am yours and you are mine. Well, you and I are never gonna change. Oh, good God, I feel alive. I am yours and you are mine. You and I are never gonna change. Just the postman's kid, beat up truck and a paying gig.
I know it looks just like a normal boner. It is completely different.
This is one of those situations kind of like in Seinfeld where they talk about, do women know about shrinkage? Like,
Yeah.
surely they know about shrinkage, right? You would imagine by now, I mean,
Did they
we've
know about the pee boner?
lived eons alongside each other.
Yeah.
If they don't know, as the soul song says, if they don't know about the pee boner by now, they will never know him.
Man.
Oh.